Well, it's Christmas sales again, and you're probably thinking to yourself, 3 games bundled into one. Should I buy the whole Wargame franchise? I'm here to give you the rough and gritty on the games. So, there are 3 Wargames total. Wargame European Escalation features a Cold War gone hot in Europe as you traverse through the story of exactly how it happens. Wargame Airland Battle focuses the combat entirely on Scandinavia. Wargame Red Dragon focuses the combat around the Asian theater. So is it worth getting all 3? Playing devil's advocate, this sort of series tends to be all about the multiplayer. The community is generally going to move from old game to new game. That, of course, isn't true of the Men of War series that went 3 to 4 games without moving over, but that's something else. Basically, the question should be, is it worth $10 to get European Escalation and Airland Battle? Because that's the cost difference. Of the 3, European Escalation is the one that is most different. Due to the lack of air support, the game plays entirely based on positioning and countering unit types. The first game is far less complex, but also offers a 20-mission campaign. Airland Battle, on the other hand, is very similar to Red Dragon. There are some minor balancing differences that make the gameplay different enough, but nothing more complicated than a modder could do. However, Airland Battle campaigns are atrocious. They are playable, but they're not really a lot of fun. They're so bad that a Wargame-centric channel didn't even record the campaigns. They were just awful. So, it really comes down to this. Can you get value out of European Escalation? That, I believe you can. And since the bundle price basically makes Airland Battle free, it is in fact getting the bundle. But that still doesn't make it worth playing Airland Battle. Maybe you'll want to try and come back and tell me how wrong I am, and how much more Airland Battle campaign is, which you're right. I just didn't find it that good. Now for Wargame Red Dragon, the pinnacle of the series, is it worth getting? The answer is yes. We're into the 3rd free DLC of the game. The game has been getting tasteful updates to bring more units and more maps into the game, as well as constant balancing patches to deal with the new metas and dynamics of the community. The developers have not abandoned this game, they have continued to work on this game. In this video, you've seen mostly aerial views of battle, which is how you will play most of the game. But if you zoom in with your replay viewer, you can get some pretty amazing shots like this, or make amazing fan videos like this one over here. The game features mostly what we would call modern authentic tactics. I say mostly because in a modern war, obviously you would just nuke people, which is out of the context of the game. Instead, you have your tanks as your armor, your infantry holding towns in guerrilla warfare, your bombers decimating land forces, your air superiority fighters killing airplanes, your radar anti-air taking out planes, your seed planes killing radar systems, and then, 60 other categories of units doing their own thing to fit into the dynamic, split over 1,200 different units. It's a really complicated game, but it's well worth the investment. Once you get the basic breakdown of units and how they work against other units, the game becomes about developing intricate strategies of assault and defense with your teammates. The game features a large community to help you getting started, as well as a 200-page guide that all players are recommended to read before starting. You can also watch tutorial videos on various mechanics and the game.
There are 2 primary weapon systems.
Overall, the Wargame franchise is going to be very worthwhile as a purchase, and you will get hundreds and hundreds of hours of gameplay of the game. Even if you suck initially, there's still 10v10 RTS warfare. Overall, if you're considering any game over the holidays, the Wargame franchise is going to be the one.